Good morning and welcome. Today is Saturday, May 31st. This is the Saturday Hucolo webinar. I am Angie and I will be hosting the webinar today. Today we have our beautiful friend Jim. Good morning and welcome. Today is Saturday, May 31st. This is there we go. I'm not as fast as Krishna Priya on finding that pause button. So thanks for that. All right. Today we have our beautiful channeler Jim with us, and we are here today. So I mean we're all here. Where are we all? So
Yes.
all right. Today with us, we have Jim, myself, Yana, Celeste, Adriana, Jen, Sierra, Michael, Wendy. We are and our wonderful, beautiful friends in YouTube. We welcome you all. Today, for announcements, we have humancolony.org, and this is our Human Colony website. We have Jim's website, Jim, www.jim-charles.com, and then Jim's new email is jim@jim-charles.com. We're transitioning over to that email address. Excuse me. That email address for getting in touch with for sessions with Jim. So if you have any questions or requests for sessions, again, that was jim@jim-charles.com. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Everyone, I would like you to send some energy to Angie to help her feel better
Thanks.
so that we can move forward successfully. And if anyone has any more requests, please let us know. Or if you want to do a blessing, please let us know. So it's a beautiful day today, very rainy, very cold. So
Surprisingly,
still beautiful though.
June weather. Well, today's May 31st. I'll tell you, for May 31st, we should not be in the 50s. So there's a lot of weather changes happening right now. A lot of weather changes, a lot of just like changes just in the earth itself. So yeah, I don't think I can ever recall it being this cold this late in the year. So
Wendy wants to do a blessing.
I got that. I wrote it down. Yep.
Okay.
So okay. So for blessings today, Yana, Michael, Celeste, and Wendy. That's the order. Okay.
Okay, very good. So let's go ahead.
Yana, Michael,
Yeah.
Celeste, and Wendy.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
Thank you,
go ahead and start.
and hi everyone. Can I, Jim?
Hmm?
Can I?
Oh, yes.
Okay. These are the Arcturians. Mento ort hanaiti te ishte ort hakaya te ishte per honto yonoko art ai hante ya teshtu kort ai penta hei ne yoko ort maya tata ne ishte ke er he ie ha akana te teshtu kort maha ka os arte genaiti ishte kort makanaishti.
There are streams of energy beamed at the Earth right now to help heal the planet, to help conquer war, to help stop all the malice and famine and things that are taking place. And we pray that you will soon recover from this malady that your planet is going through.
Michael, you're next.
Usamana sa ite inoka sa papansula baya te semkona nala su hite baya uto tile e semakaya.
Keep faith. Do not lose hope. There is always something positive that will come from even the darkest situations. Even learning and even understanding the situation can help you become a stronger person and build character in your world.
Atur basyoteha halumutumuditi ha kabatufu baba aho po ti mata po tulu tutu ha po ti to liya.
Life is a great energy and it is there for you to use. It is there for you to bring forth that which God wants you to create, which God wants you to push forward. Reach out, grab a hold of all that God has given you so that you may understand that He is giving you the power that you need to succeed in whatever mission that you have.
Sha'nuru tuhina akai shara na ti chutuira na ta chata oro tunya shata pakai thuru inchinyu turu no to pakanya tanya ta huchiniro tuhunya dataki apahienye tutuira ta irun yu shui katatin yu poro i the hurun yu cha. Blessings.
Gather up your energy and let it show on your face and in your ways. Other people will be drawn to you by the energy that you show them, by the ways that you treat them, by the understanding and by the power that you are holding. This is a time when people will see what they need to see in each individual and come to those that they believe will help them and will bring them into a greater light.
Thank you so much for that. Our requests for today are an insectoid, Archangel Ezekiel, Elijah. I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Luethia is a Syrian elder. Tucker and Grindel. Those are the requests for today.
Right. Can you say them one more time, please?
An insectoid, Arcturian, Archangel Ezekiel, Elijah, Luethia, she's a Syrian elder, Tucker, and Grindel.
Very good. All right. Everyone, seek positivity, and I will see who comes.
Thank you.
Greetings, I am Elijah. What the future holds, no one can see, but what the future holds is necessary for you to know, which means that you must understand that you are on a path that leads into the future. You are on a path that leads to a place of fruition, of your goals, of your dreams, of your understandings. God is here to keep you on your path so that you may find that perfect goal for your life. It is time that everyone trusts God more than they have been in the past. Some of you say, I have been trusting God, but it is difficult to stay in His trust all the time, especially with the great distractions that are here on the earth, the great negativities that come to pass, the great things that happen in society and with each other. It is time for you to understand that it is you that must keep yourself in line. It is no one else. God will keep you in line, but if you let others pull you out of yourself, pull you out of your mission, pull you out of your direction, then you are to blame for that. You must keep your direction. You must keep your life in order. You must keep things going the way that they must be going. And God is there to help you to do that. It is difficult to understand why these things are so difficult because it seems like you're going along in a very good path, and all of a sudden the rug is pulled out from under you, and you have to reestablish yourself and find your home base again. But do not let that happen. Do not let it happen that your rug is completely pulled out from under you, because it is time for you to understand that God is there to support you and not let you fall. He is not going to let you fall if you are trusting Him, if you are part of Him, if you are with Him, if you are loving Him and He is guiding you. You will not fall. He will not allow that, especially in these dangerous times. He will not allow you to fall if you are doing His will, if you are doing what is right and what is necessary for to continue God's will in the world and in your life. He will not allow you to fall. Take heed that you are not going to fall. Take heed that you are not going to run into situations that you cannot control. Take heed that you will not be taken off the path. Take heed that you will be part of God's will forever and ever, and that you cannot be distorted or taken away from that by anything that the world has to offer you, because you know what is right and what is wrong in your heart, and you know what is going on in many directions of this life. And so you may hear negative news, you may hear unfortunate things, you may hear about the harshness of this world, but it should not pull you off your path. It should just enlighten you to pray for those things even harder. Pray for them with even greater love. Pray for them with even greater forgiveness and greater acceptance, because you must understand that these things are there to pull you away. They're there to pull you apart. And do not allow that to happen. It is time for you to be strong. It is time for you to know who you are. It is time for you to lift yourselves up. Now, I know many of you know this message already, but there will be some out there that have not heard it yet. And this will be the first time that they have listened to a message like this from a channel. And so they are going to be surprised when they hear that the Creator, the Source, the Father of all, is there to help them with all things. They may say, yes, I already know that, but are they truly putting themselves in a place where the Creator can manipulate them? The Creator can push through to them the things that need to be done, can actually make you see what is there for to be taken and what is there to be experienced by each and every one. There's healing powers that are growing greater and greater every day. Some of you are experiencing these things, and I want you to realize that the healing powers will only get greater as time moves forward and the time of Christ comes closer and closer. I know that there are many out there that have many different beliefs, but that does not stop them from believing in the one true God, because the one true God is behind all the religions that have beauty, faith, and positivity behind them. They are not to give up any of their faith because I say what I say, but they are to grab a hold even stronger to the faith that they hold for their religion, for their gods, and for their true one God. He is there for you, He is there with you, and He is there for you. I am going to be with you as well. Many can call on me and I will respond. Remember this, my mission is just now getting to a place where it may become a greater mission for all, a greater mission for everyone in the world, because you are all part of the mission that I am part of. You are all part of the mission that you are part of. I am part of your mission as well. And so, as we work together, we can find new ways to bring life and regeneration to this world, salvation, restoration, forgiveness, compassion, food, clothing, all kinds of things that are not being given to this world. And we will be successful. I pray that you are moving forward quickly in your paths. Pray constantly for God's will. Amen.
Elijah, may I ask a question?
Yes.
I know that you really truly cannot like really speak of like the path of the future of Earth, but can what what can we do, because it is getting closer, it is becoming more real, it is um, uh, becoming an actuality of what mission God has. Or I don't like to use the word mission, I like to use the word path, because everyone has an individual path in a part of God's mission. So, can you tell us like how can we really truly move forward on our individual paths?
The only way you can truly move forward is give yourself to God and pray constantly, because He will guide you and direct you in the direction you need to go. If you do not pray and if you do not obey God, then your mission will be lost because you will not be following Him. You must pray that He will show you the light, that He will show you the direction in which you are to go, because that is the only way that people will find the way. It is difficult to find the way without doing that, because His light is the light of all beings, and without His light, you will go astray. So, obedience to God, constant prayer, and trying to find the solutions to your own problems are the answer. He will show you, He will give you opportunities, He will open up places for you to go, just as these people are in Oregon right now. He has opened up that place for them to go so that they can learn and experience and understand what is happening in that area, what is happening with their spirituality, what is happening with the world. And so, as things move forward, God will give you direction, but you must be totally involved with Him. You cannot find your own direction without Him. If you try to find your own direction, it will only be your direction and not God's direction. Ask for the guidance of Christ, ask for the guidance of all beings, that you know are to be trusted and can be trusted so that you can move forward. But God's will is apparent in your life. You see what He has given you. You have been given a teaching position. You have been given um, light language. You have been given healing. You have been given many things. And so, as you have been given these gifts, you are to use them in God's will, and He will open that up even greater to you as you pray to Him and submit to Him and ask for His guidance and direction and love and peace and tranquility. Because once you are in the tranquility and peace and love of God, you are strengthened. You are mobilized. You are full of life and you are full of all the things that God has for you. And so as you enter in to God's grace, and when I speak of grace, that means that you will not be seen as a sinner if you obey God. If you obey God, He will cover you with His grace, and you will not have any sin any longer. He will guide you through, and He will bring you forth into a greater light, into a greater understanding, a fullness, and a greater existence than you can possibly imagine. And your existences have all been multiplied because God is there for you. Now, it is difficult to see that in some of your lives because you are surrounded by negativity or things that you don't want to deal with. But God is giving you these things right now so that you can grow in character, so that you can be strong for the future, so that you can help others. This is the whole plan. Helping others is what the outcome of these things will be. You must follow God so that you can help others and help yourself become who God wants you to be and be the light in the world of darkness.
Elijah, those are beautiful words. For those that don't really understand what that means, what does it mean to be that servant of God? What does it really mean? Because everybody knows God, everybody knows the lower negativity, but to be in service, because we're coming into the time now, Elijah, where it's the
Yes.
to you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's the now moment. This is the now moment.
Look at the life of Christ. Look at the life of Mohammed. Look at the lives of those that served God. They were in service to God. They were in service to humanity. It is not that they were in service to themselves, but they were in service to God and to mankind because they had to serve God to be part of what God wanted them to be. And so people do not understand what service is anymore
Right.
because they have not really been in service. But they must understand that they must serve mankind. They must serve God. They must serve the risen Christ. They must serve in the ways that they know how to serve mankind and pray that they are doing the right things. Pray that they are moving in the right directions. And God will lead and show direction. It is not like He will let you out on a limb. And there are many scriptures that say things like, if you ask for bread, will He give you a stone? If you are praying constantly, you will be getting the things that you need. You will be getting the guidance and love that you need. You will be getting the understanding and wisdom that you need. You will be getting the healing and the purpose that you need in your life. And I know that some people do not understand service. But each and every one of you that are here in this room, I know, has felt that you are in service to the people around you. You are in service in some ways to God because you are helping others. You are reaching out. You are doing what is necessary to help either animal or man or whatever it is that is necessary to be helped in your environment. Keep praying that He will guide you and direct you. But service is the answer. And also prayer is the answer. And also giving into God is the answer because if you fight Him, if you don't want to do what He wants you to do, then you will not be successful. And you will find yourself in a lower place because you're saying, I can't do that. But you can do that. Otherwise, God wouldn't ask you to do it. God only asks you to do what you can do. If you say that you cannot do it, then you are not obeying God because God knows what you can do. And He is not going to give you any burdens that you cannot handle.
Thank you so much for that, brother. It is true. If we can move the thought process of the people, all people, to that, then God has more people on giving the energy and the words and the wisdom that the people on the planet need.
Yes. I did not want to become too preachy, but I did.
Yes.
But the thing is, I believe it's necessary for some of you to understand what service is, what obedience is,
Right.
and what the will of God is.
Thank you so much, brother.
I will let you go now.
Blessings and much love to you.
Much love to you as well. I am Luafa from Sirius.
Greetings to you. Could you share with us who you are and what I don't want to say what position you hold, but who you are and what you do for your people?
I do many things. I am a priestess. I am an interpreter. I am an ambassador. I do many things for my people and for the people around me in other places, in other lands, in other planets. I am here to guide and direct those that need guidance and direction. I am here to face those problems and try to solve them for other people who have difficulties in understanding why these problems are with them and how to solve them without losing faith or without losing esteem or without losing anything.
Thank you so much for that. Wendy has requested you today.
Greetings. You are muted.
She may have stepped away from her computer. Can you tell me what what you do for in service to your to your I want to say God, I mean to just to God, not to your, because He's all of our God.
Yes, she has returned.
Yes, hello. Sorry, my phone is like wasn't giving me the screen to unmute, so I apologize for that.
That's all right, but I will tell you that I am in service to God in many ways, as I had said, as an ambassador, as a priestess, as someone who is caring for my people and caring for the people of other planets and other worlds. And so, therefore, I am in service to God in helping them to find their ways. What questions do you have, Wendy?
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for coming. So this past week, you came forward as I was channeling, and when I asked for a name from the Syrian elders, because I had been channeling the Syrian elders several times, you had come through. So I was wondering if how you're assisting, or I know that you've got, a grand a large area of expertise. And so I'm just wondering why the Syrian elders are stepping forward at this time, and why I guess why you came through with me, and
The
anything else.
I am with the elders much of the time. I am not one of the elders, but I am with the elders much of the time. And the reason why we are coming through, the elders and I and those of us from Sirius, is because we need to show the people a greater spirituality, a greater understanding of what it is to be with God, a greater connection. And so we are stepping forward to bring forth a greater connection to the ethers, a greater connection from here to there, from from us to the earth, and from God to the earth, and from the ways of belief to the earth. We believe in many of the same ways that you believe in. However, there are some differences. We are much stronger in our faith than you are and do not wane as much. It is easy to wane on a world that is so full of negativity and uh, pestilence and uh, poor people, and it is we just see so much of many problems on your planet. We want to eliminate as many of them as we can, and to do so we must come forward and speak our minds in a very positive way, in a very beautiful way, to let you know that we are here to help. We've come through to your group of people because we see that you are really wanting new information. You are really wanting to know what there is for you to do and how to move forward in all things. And that is what we are doing. We are showing you how to move forward. We will grace your land with prosperity if you follow us. I should say, God will grace your land with prosperity, but we will help to do so with Him.
Wonderful. So are we, while we're, while we were traveling to the coast of Oregon yesterday through Cannon Beach and Sands Beach and several other stops, and then as we're going up toward the Columbia River and Mount Hood, are we bringing Syrian energy with us and along with those of all of our guides that we're doing, I feel like we're doing healing clearing work, and I know we were given a message that the 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 conference that we wanted to hold, the classrooms that we wanted to, classes that we wanted to hold, that we were like 2 years ahead of humanity being able to be to like an energetic match to be able to join. So I'm kind of curious about that.
Remember this, mankind is not evolved the same way as some of you are evolved. You have been working with the Spirit for a while now, and the Spirit is bringing you forth in many different directions. But you have to understand, humanity may not understand that yet. Humanity is still looking at very old ways and very old school ideas of how religion is, how spirituality is. And this is a new thought process about how spirituality is and should be, because it does not really revolve around a church or a place. It revolves around the individual and how they see themselves in alignment with God and with the ethers and with the world around them. They see and know themselves as spiritual beings. Not that they are gods, but they are spiritual beings that are working their way through the elements and through the different dimensions and densities. Many of humans are still finding God through churches and uh, through things of that nature, which is not wrong, but it is an old way. It is an old idea. And the newer ideas are far ahead of them, and they cannot grasp them yet. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that makes sense. So I guess as we're connecting in with the elementals and the land and the water and the rocks,
Yes.
starfish and the
Well,
birds and, and all that good stuff, that we're just kind of doing preliminary preparatory work to raise
well,
energy.
many humans don't even believe in elementals or many of the things that you are teaching. They believe only in what they can see and what they can know and what they have been taught. And they have not been taught about these things yet. And so they need to open their eyes to a vaster creation than they see right in front of them. There are elementals, there are gnomes, there are different kinds of beings in the universe, and they are stifled by their own humanity, by their own solid state, that they cannot really reach out so much as to understand all these other beings that are there. But I would like to tell you that it is possible for them to learn.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your insights today and thank you for coming. I hope others have questions for you. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
And I look forward to connecting with you more in the future.
Very well. We, as elders and individuals, look forward to connecting to you and your group
Thank
and
you.
others here.
Can you tell us what your, this is a question from YouTube, can you tell us what your um, connection or purpose is for the humans or for humanity?
We want to bring them greater prosperity. We want to bring them greater health. We want to bring them greater positivity. Right now, we see that they are living in what we would call poverty, spiritual poverty. And we want to bring them into a higher understanding of spirituality so that that poverty can be removed.
Thank you so much. What is your relation between Earth and Sirius?
Just as I said, I am an ambassador, just like
Sentia?
Sentia and others. Yes, Sentia is our major ambassador to this world. We call her something else. That's why I had a little trouble pronouncing her name.
Thank you.
But the thing is, she is a very bright light in this world, and she is trying to bring the same things as we are trying to bring to this planet: positivity, healing, light, purpose, and the spiritual fruitfulness.
Thank you. Francesca says when you said my people, inside she felt deep that she was included. Can you share about that?
You are all my people. There is part of you in me, of all of you. Because, and Francesca, yes, we are connected to you very closely and deeply. You, the thing is, the people here are very closely and deeply connected to many of the different beings that are in the universe. We have made ourselves known to you. We have tried to bring out greater purpose in you. We have tried to enlighten you in as many ways as possible. And we are getting through to you little by little as time moves on. And we are connecting deeper and deeper. A soul connection is a connection that is absolutely beautiful. And we want to bring more soul connections to this planet.
Thank you. All right. The question, I misread it. It was, what is the Sirius relation to Earth? Not specifically yours, but Sirius relation.
Sirius is wanting Earth to prosper. Sirius is wanting Earth to be more physically healthy. Sirius is wanting the Earth to be more spiritually active and positive. That is our involvement.
Thank you. Why um why do some people, and this isn't just specifically with you, why do some people feel when certain aliens are speaking, why do they feel a strong connection to that?
Because there is a strong connection. Um, you have to understand that this planet is a melting pot for alien civilizations. Many of you are part of many different civilizations. You might be connected to Pleiadians, Arcturians, uh, Fendorians, Eldorians, many different species, Orions, Sirius, the people in Sirius. You are connected through the melting pot of your planet, Lyrans, and so many others. It is that there is so many deep connections, I could not point them all out. But your physicality is part of all these things from the past. From inbreeding to from one species to another, it is happening that this world is becoming one huge melting pot of alien DNA.
Thank you for that. Adriana has a question.
Hello, thank you so much for coming.
You're
My question is, could you tell us about some of the people that from Sirius that have come to Earth to try to lift us up? For example, I've heard Osiris might be one of them.
Osiris, Sentia, there are many of them. Me and the elders, the Syrian elders, are also interacting with the earth at times. They are being channeled by others throughout the world. And so it is that we are all making a stand and making a connection to this planet. We feel that our spirituality and the spirituality of Arcturians, Fendorians, etc., are necessary for this world. It is time for us to show you a greater spirituality, a greater way of being, a greater fruitfulness, a greater imagination for spiritual growth.
Thank you, much love.
Much love.
Thank you so much for all your words and wisdom today.
You're welcome. There are others waiting. I will bring them in.
Blessings to you.
Much love. Greetings.
Greetings.
I am Oka. I am insectoid.
Olka?
Oka.
Oka.
I am the kind of insectoid that you would call maybe something like a cockroach.
I see.
But we are 4 feet tall. We do stand limited time periods, but our civilization is not one that is interested in going into space, but we are interested in talking to other civilizations about what we feel is important. Space is not important, but many other things are important. Life and the management of it. We have many families. We are family oriented. We are brothers and sisters. We can seek out all our relatives through sensations through our shells and skins. We are primitive yet advanced. We are advanced in the way that we can do technology work. We can beam from one place to another. We can find communications one place to another. We are civilized. Someone has called us, but we know not who.
Not sure.
Michael,
Thank you so much for that. Go ahead, Michael.
Greetings.
Greeting.
I was wanting to know if you could tell us, you've told a lot, but like what star system, constellation, and yes, if you could explain a little bit more. And if you, I understand y'all are like, but do you have anything to do with the Earth as well?
We do not. We're from the Arrakis system, which is a galaxy far away from here. But we picked up your signals many years ago, and we have been following some of those signals even up till now. We are not involved in Earth in any way, but we would like to communicate. I believe this is our first communication. I do not know of anyone on our world in the Arrakis system that has communicated with the Earth. We are finally able to do so. It is pleasing.
Are y'all able to give healing out like most beings that are a higher vibration?
We have our form of healing, which is through the saliva in our mouths. We spread the saliva on the area that is hurt, and it can heal those areas. We do not heal the same way as you do with hands. We have no hands to speak of. We have pinchers. We have legs with pinchers on as well. This is how we make and build. But our healing modality is through the saliva.
Okay. Well, it's glad to reach among and talk to different beings that we haven't. And I was looking for healing, and it seems like if you can only do it physically,
Yes, we are physical with our own people. If we were there, if we were on your planet, I believe our saliva could be of a healing property to you as well. There are many things in it I would assume would help humans as well, but I am not sure.
okay. Are you aware of Dulce, where there's in America where there's supposed to be a lot of insectoids that kind of do not always good things?
We are aware of many different insect societies. Not all of them are on our planet. There are mantis beings. There are other kinds of insectoids as well that are taller, more like grasshoppers. There are some like, I think that's the word you use, grasshoppers.
Hmm.
There are some that are more like bees or wasps.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to anyone else that's questions. Thank you so much. Blessings.
You are welcome. It would appear that the mantis beings are the highest evolved of all the insectoids. At least that's the word that we received. However, there are other very evolved insectoid species, but they are not very communicative with us. Any other questions?
Yes, thank you. Yana has a question. Go ahead, Yana.
Hello, Oka. Thank you for contacting and reaching out to us. We are honored to converse with another species, and uh, we're glad that you reached out to us. So I have a curiosity question, if that is okay to answer. Can you tell us to give us an impression of how you live your daily life? Do you communicate telepathically, or do you have a sort of language that you use?
There is many ways to communicate on our world. Yes, telepathy is one of them, but we do have a language of clicks and snaps and grunts, I guess. That would be our verbal communication when we need to speak to more than one person at a time or more than one being at a time. You call yourselves persons, correct?
Yes, but we're beings as well. We're all beings. So
Beings. So
yes.
whenever we want to speak to many beings, we use the language. If we are speaking alone with one person, we use the telepathy.
Okay. So could you give us an example through the channel of your language, or is his mouth not capable of doing that?
I can attempt to do that. One moment.
Thank you. That all was with sound, but I can see at the movement of the channel that it's what clicks and sounds you are making.
We have mandibles that move back and forth.
Mm.
And so some of the clicking sounds are made with the mandibles.
Mm. So as you have Earth on the line and you're not talking to Earth that much, is there a question you would like to answer or have interest in?
What is it like to have hands and feet?
I can only answer for myself, but it's very handy to have 5 fingers and or 4 fingers and opposable thumbs. This gives you a good possibility to grab and hold onto things or place them around or write. We have a written language as well. They have fine motor skills and more bigger motor skills. And the feet we use for walking, we are always upright, transporting ourselves.
I see. We also have a written language. We use our mandibles to scratch into the earth or into whatever parchment that we have to make messages.
So interesting. Can you give us an example of a normal life day for you?
I am all right. I am unable to move while I am resting, but when I am not resting, I can move very quickly. I can stand on 2 feet or 2 legs or whatever you would call them, pinchers.
Mhm.
But my fastest speed is on 6 legs. So therefore I crawl more than anything, but that is the fastest way to move. But I can stand if I need to speak to groups. I can stand if I need to reach something.
Okay.
I can stand if I am working on something that needs a higher elevation than what I can do on all 6 legs. And I go to work and I make dwelling places for new families. I make dwelling places for families that lost their dwelling place due to weather or uh, growing plants or animals or whatever. We definitely are helpers to one another. Our most of our life is spent on making homes in villages and making a place for our children.
Mm,
Also
beautiful.
finding food for our families. That is the other thing we do. We hunt for smaller, what you would call insects, but they are not sentient.
Mm. So, how come that you are the one? What is the excitement that you were the one who took up the phone call, uh, or sent or answering our call to you?
Curiosity,
Mm,
and there are some of our people that do track the sky, that do track all kinds of things in space so that we can learn, but we do not go into space. We could if we wish to, but we find that we are probably more agoraphobic.
okay, understand. So thank you so much. These were my questions. It was very nice to talk to you and to reach over the bridges of time and space.
Greetings. Thank you.
Greetings.
I have a couple questions. Like you were talking about your housing. You were talking is it above ground? Is it below ground? Is it Um, um, what does what is the
We
I want to
take
say
the
like
soil from the ground. We do make it above and below. We take
oh,
that soil from the ground and we make a hut or a, a place to live out of the dirt. Plus the fact that when doing so, we create a deep hole for when the females need to lay eggs. They have the deep hole to lay the eggs in, and it's sheltered from the air and from the wind and other things. So the answer to your question is both. We dig out the hole in the soil and then we build our homes with the soil above the hole.
what does your government look like?
Government. It
What
is
do your
not,
leaders?
we have leaders, but they are more about giving work orders. They are more about keeping everybody in line. They are not a government like you have. They are more or less a government to just control the people and the population.
Thank you. I do have a question. You may or may not be able to answer this because you really don't have much understanding of our humanity, but it's about blood type. One of the questions is, um, O blood type, is that an alien blood? O positive, O negative, is that an alien blood, or is it the RH positive and RH negative that is the alien blood?
I am not I am not equipped to answer that. I do
Thank you.
not know.
All right, thank you for that. I personally believe from all the different beings that have come through, I believe the O positive, O negative is the Earth blood type, and the RH positive, RH negative is the alien blood type. Um, do all right. I
Yes.
I'm thinking like of the family structure. What is the family structure like for you, your species?
Family structure is very open. We have, we mate twice a year. And so we do not always mate with the same person as we mated with before, but the children are protected by the male and the female. And then when the children get old enough to take care of themselves, then the family unit disperses and they become workers and they become part of the uh, workforce and they find themselves in different positions of work and moving forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time today. And thank you so much for your information on bringing information from your species to us. Um,
You are
bless-
welcome.
Blessings and much love to you.
I will bring someone else. It
Thank you so
was a
much.
pleasure to speak to you. I am sorry we cannot speak better. Farewell. We are the Arcturians.
Greetings. Is there a message that you would like to say to us first before we go into our questions?
Yes, we saw that the Syrians were also here. We're very closely related to them in many factions, especially the way that we believe. Many of them are very similar to us in belief systems. And so we are here to reinforce that belief system, that way of spirituality, that way of comfort that is known as self spirituality, because we believe that you should be built up inside of yourself spiritually and connected to the God of all things in a way that would bring you peace, understanding, wisdom, guidance, and direction. We know that you are battling with many things on this planet. And so our representatives are also here speaking through channels and other means of communication to help this planet, the same as the Syrians and the same as the Fandorians.
Thank you so much. Yana requested you.
Oh,
Hello, and thank you for coming. Is this my collective that is speaking, or are
yeah.
this okay? Um, I have a curiosity about, because we're going to quite a hefty time here on Earth, and I was wondering about the new technologies that are seeping in through channelers and through other ways that can be of assistance in keeping us healthy, keeping us stable through these times. So I know of LFFE, that's Focused Life Force Energy by Jeffrey Stegman and Clayton Stedman. Um, uh, can you give me your opinion about how that is helpful and if it's fully developed yet to take that serious?
It is not fully developed yet, but it is the beginning of new pathways into your realm, technological speaking. And we will continue to bring that information. But it is hard to bring technology through beings that do not know technology that
Yes,
well,
yes.
especially if it's foreign to them. And so, yes, there are errors, but there are also some positive things happening with the technology because there are some new ideas generating from it.
So the energy enhancement devices David Clements brings created.
Yes. What is
So
the question?
the question is this fully developed and helpful, or is that also in a development stage?
It is in a development stage. This is only the beginning. The kind of technologies that they are trying to bring through are
Mm,
vast and
yes.
very detailed. And so trying to bring it through this way is a little bit problematic.
Mm.
But I see that people are taking advantage of the inspiration of it and
Okay.
using it to inspire themselves in other ways. And so it is being useful and being positive.
So is this the same thing for the EE system, the energy enhancement system?
Yes, that's also an incomplete system. It
Mm.
can be even much better, but the information is not able to be given yet. So humanity does not understand the full length of the technology that's involved.
So how can we I think one of the most dangerous right now things right now are the frequency frequencies that are coming from the 5G towers and that are influence our biological systems. How can we guard ourselves from that?
There is something you can wear. If you go to an EES system, they have EES medallions that are charged with EES systems. I don't know how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
If you wear these medallions, it keeps you from harm from your telephone, from 5G, and things of that nature.
Okay, that's good to know. And there are toroidal devices as well that are developed right now in combination with yes. So toroidal devices that create. Are you okay?
Yes,
Okay. Is the channel okay?
yes.
Okay.
He needs water.
Good. Let's give him some water first.
Very well.
So I will stop my question now. I think I get the gist of it that there's things coming, and the more we evolve, the more we can translate what is coming through and
Correct.
translate that into technology. So who of the collective is speaking right now?
What my name is?
Yes, please.
Eliotoramar.
Elliot, sorry,
Eliotoramoth.
Sorama.
Eliotoramoth.
Sorama. Yes. Thank you so much, and I hope to speak to you at a later stage. Thank you so much. Blessings, blessings.
Yes, my name is not easy to pronounce. Not for humans.
No, but it's I have it down now. Thank you so much.
Very
And then
good.
others ask their questions if there are. Thank you for
Thank you. Thank you, Yana. Sierra here in the chat room, in the main room. How can one human know if they're doing everything possible to support, heal, and protect the ones we love?
I think that you will know that in your heart. It is something that comes on you, and whenever there is something to deal with, you take care of it immediately, or you let them know that you are taking care of the problems. I believe that most of you are pretty able and pretty much taking care of all the problems that you see, and you do not let things go too long before you take care of the problem. That is how you know. If there is a problem, you take care of it.
Thank you so much for that. Wendy has a question.
Yes, hello, greetings. The question that I have is related to Arcturian energy. And I know that myself and several others, when connecting with Arcturians, whether it's media that we're watching or not necessarily activations, but there's a strong energy flow, and oftentimes many have described heart racing that comes along with these energies. So, can you tell me about how this Arcturian connection that we have creates this energy within our physical forms in such a demonstrative so demonstratively that it shows up physically in the vibration of our uh, the magnetic and the electricity like within our physical forms. Thank you.
It's very easy. Remember that we are in higher realms, and energy moves faster. And so as we enter into your realm and send you energy, it is an upgraded pulse of energy into the system, and it causes you to speed up, causes the heart to speed, causes the body to speed, causes the brain even to speed up, but only for a very short time. So it is that our energy is higher and faster. That's
Thank you.
that's
I
the
think,
that's the short answer.
yes, thank you. I think that'll be very helpful to many who are going through those experiences and trying to understand physically what's happening to their form as the racing or fizzy bubbles or that sort of experience comes along, or even that feeling of, I call it the quantum energy, where you feel like you're floating when you're not floating, or like you're moving in a spiral and yet you're
Well,
sitting still, that sort of
another
thing.
another thing that the fast energy does is take you into a different sort of realm, a faster, more lighter realm. So you are actually experiencing higher frequency.
Very exciting. I hope that helps a lot of people.
Very well.
Thank you. Sierra had a follow-up question, and said, "Are you able to assist me with powerful healing and be with me during the time I'm healing others?"
Yes, I can. What is it that needs healed on yourself first?
Sierra, are you able to unmute and speak?
I am. Greetings.
Hello? I heard a voice, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I would just, the thing that I need healed on myself is I have autoimmune diseases and recently been diagnosed with lupus, but I'm selfless and more concerned and worried about healing others during extreme needs. Is there any guidance in how you can teach or be with me to be able to do those things?
I'm sending healing energy to you now, and if you call on me, well, let me give you a shorter name than Atoromov. Call me Ator. Feel the energy?
Yes.
This is the kind of energy that you will be healing with as well.
Thank you so much.
I will do more healing on you later. Call me Ator.
Thank you, Ator. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Tor, because the Arcturians are quite healers, like they're one of the top ranked healers species. Have specifically that you are aware of, are the Arcturians healing the humans?
Whenever they can, yes. But you have to be sort of aware of what's going on because we would like you to also think about where you want the healing as we send that energy.
Understand. Would you be able to answer the question from our YouTube chat about If O blood type is an alien blood type.
O blood type is not an alien blood type. No. O negative might have some signs of alien in it, but basically they are not very alien at all.
Thank you very much. Retro Rabbit. Um, I'm going to read the question, but it doesn't have enough information, but I'm going to try and read it as much as I can. It says, apparently they're upset with me because I know of a technology device called an equalizer. They're not sure what this device is supposed to do. Do you know, like, can you tap into this retro rabbit person and tap in to see what?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure who's angry at him for what. For knowing about this equalizer. The equalizer is something that has been known to humans for a while, but it's not something part of everyday human existence. However, I don't see why anyone would be upset about him knowing about it, because it is something of the future and will be something that will be needed in the future. So I see that um, there are probably negative beings trying to make you believe that Arcturians are upset with you, but Arcturians aren't upset with you. Um, Someone else is. So I would say to you, keep the information. Do not worry about it. It will come to fruition when it needs to, and you are safe. We will protect you.
Thank you so much. What is the position of the Arcturians in regards to first contact?
We believe that first contact is necessary for this world because before first contact on this planet, there is going to be all kinds of demise and negativity and problems. So we want to make sure that these problems don't continue to exist. So first contact is one way we believe that we could cure that. However, first contact could also cause rioting and prejudice and all kinds of other things. So we must do it right if we're going to do it.
What type, because you are a healer, your species does offer one of the top of the off-world healers. Arcturians are in the top five. What types of healing tools do you offer humanity? And like what type of health issues can you deal with? And then how can people reach out to you, to the Arcturians?
Well, we cannot actually reach you the way we want to reach you yet until first contact. But we will be able to help you with some healing by sending energy to you, like I sent to the young lady Sierra. So, or is that what her name was?
Who was
Sienna.
it? The
Sienna or Sierra?
Sierra.
Sierra. So I sent healing to her. I will be able to do that with other people as well, but I will not be able to touch them. When we are make first contact, a touch from our hands will be able to heal certain diseases and things, but we are not sure which ones. But I'm sure cancer will be healed.
Well, I so wish for our governments to allow help from off-world.
Yes.
What is the DNA secret of people who have a mark on their iris that's hazel brown cloud. What could it mean?
I am not sure. I would have to see it. But
Okay.
those that have marks on their eyes usually have certain visual um, upgrades, meaning that if you are become a spiritual person, your eyes will be able to see perhaps into the future or into another dimension or into somebody's mind, or it's a possibility. These kinds of things on the eyes do mark special attributes.
Thank you. Um, it's really hard. I want everyone in the YouTube chat to please be a little bit more conscientious. It's hard to keep up with all the questions because as the questions come in, they scroll down. In order for me to be able to even see them, I would have to continuously scroll. So I'm just asking that you please be patient. I'm not ignoring any questions. It's just hard to keep up because all the questions come in. I try to keep the questions associated to the beings that are being spoken. So I just ask that. All right. Let's see. Um, there is a lot of there's a lot of requests for healing from people,
Very
for
good.
healing. So, um, how could you send? I mean, should people just speak out and say, please help? I mean, I'm not sure. How can you help them?
I will help them now. I am a Toria moth. Feel my energy. I cannot heal all of you all at once, but I did send out healing to those of you that accepted it. That will definitely help you and in some ways. Call on me. I am Ator or Atoria moth, and you will get more healing later. You will feel my energy.
Um,
What other questions are there?
so this, okay, so um, it says retro rabbit. I apparently I read the wrong question. It says I have a group of reptilians called the Jada trying to contact me in my dreams. Who are they and what do they want?
The Jada are part of the Naga family. Um, they're actually more snake than reptilian, and they are more intelligent than the Naga, even. They are higher advanced. This is like the Naga High Council. The Jada is very, very wise, very, very spiritual beings, and they are probably wanting to teach you something about your own self and spirituality. But the Jada are very advanced.
Thank you. Um, Spiritual Love says another speaker said that the O blood type is Anunnaki blood.
Anunnaki blood is pretty much the same blood as human blood. So if you would want to say that it is Anunnaki, yes, you may go ahead. But they were the ones that manipulated your DNA. So it is the most human of all the blood types, basically, without being connected to another alien species. So, yes, Anunnaki does have O blood type in their systems, but they created a blood type O positive and O negative for the Earth, for their human creations.
Thank you so much.
So
Kat,
yes,
yeah, go ahead.
so yes, it could be said it's Anunnaki, but I look at it as more the true human blood type.
Let's see. Just thinking says it feels like we're regressing and misery is on the rise and women keep losing human rights. Do you see the future of women around the world changing to positive? I know you're off world, but what is your perspective of what you see on that?
I believe that they must change. There is no way for them to continue to go on the way they are and be tolerated. This is something that we see for the future, not right this second, but there are several regimes that need torn down before this can happen. But women's rights are equal to men's rights. This is what we see throughout the universe in many situations. There are still some that are like this realm that have some negative female rights associated to them. But according to what we see for the future, they will be expelled and women will have the same rights as men in the future.
Thank you. All right. So again, people are asking for healing. So
Tell
um,
them to call on me.
that's it. So those in the chat and even those that are even in the room, the Arcturians are great healers. And so call on them and they should be able to help you. Crystal Magic Orchestra has a question. She says, first contract will come with the Zhulog. You referred to much chaos would happen before first contact. So, I mean, the Arcturians, are you saying that the Arcturians, are saying that there's a lot of chaos, or I'm not understanding your question? Um,
Well, the thing is about first contact, it has to be done right, otherwise there will be a lot of rioting, a lot
oh,
of
I see.
confusion. It must be done correctly, or else it will be haphazardly done and people will suffer. However, if it's done correctly, then it will be a positive thing for the world.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Um, Usi in the chat says he was asking, or he or she, because I don't know, I can't tell by just the name. Um, specifically, could you check that mark in their eye? Um, and
Okay.
what does it mean?
The mark in the eye means that they are able to see into the next density at some point once they're uh, in tune with all the right spiritual groups and God and everyone. They're they are meant to be able to see into the next density.
Thank you so much. All right. One of the questions is, what do you look like?
An Arcturian.
What does, if someone that doesn't know what an Arcturian looks like?
My species of Arcturian looks to be tall and thin, sort of an orangish color, um, with long arms and long legs. We have human sort of features, but there is a couple ridges on the forehead that are not like humans, and the ears are very small. The nose is much smaller as well. The eyes are slightly larger. The mouth is about the same size.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Altor, for being here with us today. Um, Thank you for all your information, gaining our knowledge. So thank you. Thank you for that.
You are welcome. I will go.
Thank
I
you so
believe
much.
there's one more to come.
Yes, thank you so much.
Greetings, I am Archangel Ezekiel. Greetings to all.
Greetings so much. Is there, before we have about 15 minutes left, is there a message that you would like to give to us first?
Yes, being that I am Archangel Ezekiel, it's hard for me to pronounce my name in your language, but we are the ones, I am the one that spoke about the wheels inside of the wheels in the Old Testament. And I showed many that it was actually a spaceship, and many people believe that now. And I'm very happy because I think that will help with first contact if many people believe and know that there were first contacts many, many thousands of years ago. And you're still here. The first contacts did not come to destroy, but come to learn and come to be a part of this realm as well. So hopefully the first contacts of the future will be a beautiful thing.
Thank you so much. Um, um, Crystal Magic Orchestra says her question about first contact was about the Jeweg. Now that the 4D Earth is at 98%, will this make their internet interaction with government improve? Now that the 4D Earth is at
Yes,
98%,
I
will this
understand
make
the
their
question.
interaction with
Yes.
government improve?
It will help with governments, but remember, governments are very selfish, and some of the leaders are out for themselves and not out for their people. So this is going to be still difficult going because some of the leaders of the governments are out only for their own power, for their only prestige, and for their only uh, prosperity. And so, with these particular leaders, you're not going to budge them much because they're going to want to keep everything that they have and not share it with an out a group coming in. So we do have to work with them. We do have to see what they are going to do. And the Zhuag will actually speak to all these nations and all these leaders before they make first contact. So hopefully they will be able to talk some sense into some of these radical leaders because there's many of them. The leader of China, the leader of Russia, the leader of United States, the leader of Canada, the leader of North Korea. All these are unbelievably irrational beings.
Thank you. We do live in a time period of radical change.
Yes.
Thank you. Adriana has a question.
Hello, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Um, I was told that you're one of my angels, and I wanted to learn more about you. For example, uh, Shamuel is known as the Archangel of Unconditional Love. But for you, I couldn't find any information about you and what your particular specialty is and how I can connect with you and learn from you.
I am the angel that is about contact, communication. So there are several of us that have that title, but mine is due to the fact that I am one of the first to ever have first contact and first communications. And so therefore it is that's what you will find for me.
Very good. So, one of the things you might help someone with is learning how to channel.
I can do that, yes.
Okay. All right. So, communication, is there anything else that you particularly are good at teaching?
How to build things.
Oh, interesting. Could you expand? Build what sort of things?
Well, in the Old Testament, I had given the measurements to build a temple. So, but if you build this temple, you will see that it's just a landing base for a flying saucer. But the thing is, I do know how to build things. I know how to be technologically sound, and I know how to create what is necessary for um, future landing strips or whatever.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass the mic.
Very good.
Much love.
Thank you. Much love to you as well.
Ezekiel, with humanity, I don't want to say like transitioning, but we are. I know Elijah spoke about, how we can have that connection with Source, so that we can be the voice of God, the light of God, the energy of God.
Correct.
What as because again, I know that those outside of the planet can't really say what's coming, because then those that are listening can say, oh, well, hey, let's stop it, right? So
Yes, you must do your own work. Yes.
right, what can we do? What can we do to help this?
Remember, when you're working with God, you're giving up yourself. You're not doing all the selfish things that you want to do. You're doing the things that God wants you to do. That doesn't mean you can't play. That doesn't mean you can't do games or whatever now and then or to relax or whatever. But you must be in line with God and give up self, give up things that you normally would do for yourself. So you are doing things for God, and that's why you give it up. And so it is a time for you to understand that this is not a game. It's
Right.
not a thing that God is trifling with you, but it is a very important time. And it is a very important act that you melt with God and be one with Him.
What do you specifically communicate with God about us, humanity?
What do I communicate?
Yes.
I ask Him to bless everyone, to bring them forth, to let them be bold and have courage and to stand on their own 2 feet and do what is necessary. I want everyone to be themselves, to be able to reach out and do what is necessary to have the greater gifts that they deserve.
Thank you. Indian in the Machine says, can you tell us more about the transition to the divine world government? And is it associated with first contact?
Of course, in some ways it is.
What is the divine world government? What is that?
The divine world government is when God will take back over this world, when he brings what they call the New Jerusalem, and that will come from the sky. So, yes, it will be a first contact. Well, not first contact, but will be an outside contact other than human beings, and God will be behind it, and it will be amazing and beautiful and uplifting. And so you'll have to wait and see what that is.
Okay. All right. Do you have, seeing that you are an archangel, would you be willing to give us a closing blessing?
Certainly. One moment.
Thank you.
Mayai kai susu. Uta kwata yuhata fasibi atoto. Waki atata wadia mi monama. Makwatito sus fasiaf yatota. Rakwaka kata fabisi siso zabra. Namni do do. Yubo kop do da ya. Sezim you live your radio. Do the day. Le correct your radio. Sisi viviata. May God richly bless you and let him fall upon you and give you the energy that you need to complete all your missions. Let him lift you up, open your eyes, and let you see what there is of his realm that you cannot see now. It is a beautiful, beautiful place and a beautiful, beautiful blessing to be able to know God in the way that he wants to know you. And so I say to each and every one of you, allow God to enter you and you to enter him, and you work together. Much love to you all. You are all precious in his sight. You are all godly in his sight. You are all positive in his sight. He does not look for the negative, but he looks for the positive. And many of you are very positive and are shining for him now. Much love.
Blessings, and thank you so much, Ezekiel.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, thank
Hi.
you so much. Thank you so much for that. I have a couple announcements. Then we did blessings, but I do have a couple announcements. Krishna Priya is flying back to the United States, and so she will be back next week. Thank you all for understanding and um, being patient with me. I don't do the hosting very often, but I try to do the best that I can when I do it. In regards to our classes, Krishna Priya is going to be holding a pendulum class. We're looking at doing that in August. We are also looking at doing our having Jim do the next class. If you are interested in any classes, please send an email to classes@hucolo.org. Once we get more and more people set up, of what they're looking for, we can go ahead and get that scheduled. As always, we like to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you also are interested, let me bring I have to bring the unpin Jim, and then let me undo my video. All right, we have our website, which is a human colony, humancolony.org. You can go onto our website to look at all the past um, speakings, channelings, how to contact some of us. Jim's personal website is Jim at jimcharles.com. Jim jim-charles.com. Please start using this website to do your sessions, to schedule your sessions. If you want to email Jim, this is the new email address, jim@jim-charles.com. That will go right to his email address, that where he's kind of separating his home email address from the business. And so if you could please start sending all the emails to the Jim-Charles, jim@jim-charles.com.
So confusing. But yes, we'll get through this. I'm going
We
through a
will.
lot of changes,
It was a big transition, yes.
and hopefully you all join me with this in these changes. I know change is not easy for a lot of people, especially me.
That sees less. Yes, that is correct. So,
So
yeah, I can hold up the email address again. It's jim@jim-charles.com. But we still want you to be able to have access and know that Human Colony, and you can go into our humancolony.org website to look at all past recordings and information if you wanted to look that up.
very good.
All
So-
right, Krishna Priya will be back next week. She did not tell me who was going to be on, and so we will just set it up that Krishna Priya will be back, and I look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Well, thank you, Angie, for hosting. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all, and I love you all. So hopefully I'll see you sometime soon in the future.
Thank you so much. Blessings and much love to all our people in YouTube and all our people here in our room. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angie.